Hi, it's Mike Lloyd from the HomeHappy team. Just here to give you a little discussion about taking your debts, putting them all together in a mortgage, and giving yourself some different choices than you might have right now. A lot of people will immediately say, oh, no, I don't want to put my debts into my mortgage because I'm going to pay them off. But it's very difficult when you've got 4 or 5 different payments to make to focus on getting those paid down. You probably have quite a bit of built up equity. And what we recommend is using the equity in your home to take all your debt and put it into one place to save money and either help your cash flow or pay your whole debt down way faster. This example, what we're looking at is a mortgage of $500,000 that you have right now. The rate is roughly 4% and you've got a couple of years left on a 20-year amortization. Payment comes out to about $3,000 a month. Then on top of that, you've got a car loan of $65,000. It works out to a payment of $1,100. It's over 7 years. Some credit cards at 19.9%. The minimum payment on that is $1,250, and then you have an LOC of $35,000 outstanding at about 9%, and that the interest only payment is $263. So your bare minimum you have to pay every month is $56.51. In this scenario, your total debt is $625,000. So if we were to go and get a new mortgage of $650,000, that would pay off all your debts plus give you almost $25,000, which in this example, we could put into a GIC as an emergency sort of account. It would generate right now around 5% for 5 years, and at the end of 5 years, if you didn't touch it, you'd have $31,000, which also a good positive feeling because you haven't touched it. So that's one part of the scenario. Now let's compare over here. The current mortgage you have is around $500,000. As I mentioned, the payment was around just over $3,000 a month. And you've got 20 years left on it. Now, it's a nice rate of 4%. It's lower than the current rates. Don't get too caught up in the rates, but just to show you that even paying a higher rate, you can help pay this off much quicker. So in our first example of $650,000, if we pay the exact same amount, this $56.51 that your minimum payment is right now, you would pay your whole mortgage off in 13 years, 3 months. So that's knocking almost 7 years off your current scenario. And that's with just your mortgage. These debts wouldn't be paid off in 7 years at all. So this shows you how fast this can help you get ahead. In our second example at $650,000, if we took a little longer, 20 years, for the total amortization, your payment would be $43.59. So you'd still be saving, this is more than this $3,000, but you'd still be saving about $1,300 a month. So your cash flow, if cash flow is important to you right now, getting through this higher rate scenario, this could be an awesome solution because you're still paying everything off in 20 years, but you're cutting your payments by $1,300 a month. That could be huge on your budget. Our third scenario is taking the $650,000, putting it over the full 25 years. Your payment would be $38.73. So you'd be saving $3,800 over that, almost $2,000 per month in that scenario. You're still paying your whole debt off in 20 and your cash flow is much, much better. So in all these situations, you can see that there's a significant impact on either paying off your mortgage faster or reducing your cash flow, either one, whichever is more important to you in these scenarios. So it's definitely worth a discussion. We would love to chat with you about it. You may not owe all this or you may not know more. That's fine. Everybody's scenario is different. And at the very least, maybe reduce some stress in your life. Thanks, and give us a call whenever it's convenient. It's Mike from the HomeHappy team.